You are walking through life with your emotional gates wide open, letting every stranger's insult and every minor schedule change ruin your day. Every time you snap in anger or spiral in anxiety, you are proving that you are a puppet and the world is holding your strings. Society, the algorithms, and toxic individuals all profit from your reactivity. They want you outraged because a mind that cannot regulate its own weather is a mind that is easily controlled. But thousands of years ago, the Stoics engineered the ultimate rebellion. They discovered that true power isn't conquering the world, but establishing absolute sovereignty over yourself. Today, we are laying out the 9 habits that will permanently rewire your emotional architecture and make you untouchable. Habit 1. The sacred pause. Your greatest vulnerability is your reaction time. When an insult lands, your biology demands an immediate, impulsive strike. To become untouchable, you must train yourself to stretch that fraction of a second into a deliberate, agonizing pause. This pause is not hesitation, it is the ultimate display of psychological dominance. By forcing a gap between the stimulus and your reaction, you sever the world's ability to puppet your behavior. When you master the pause, you strip the chaos of its urgency and teach the world that your reaction is a premium resource. Habit 2. Divorce ego from reality. Most of your emotional agony is manufactured by your own ego. A rejection doesn't hurt you, but the story you tell yourself about that rejection does. You take neutral facts and poison them with personal insecurity. The untouchable mind operates as a clean mirror, reflecting reality without distorting it with I or me. When you strip away the dramatic adjectives and view challenges objectively, you stop bleeding emotional energy. The universe isn't conspiring against you, it is simply unfolding, and your duty is to meet it with a calm spirit. Habit 4. Build an emotional border. Emotions are highly infectious, and if you surround yourself with the bitter and the anxious, their poison will eventually bleed into you. You cannot maintain a fortress if you leave your doors open to emotional smugglers. Become a ruthless auditor of your environment. If a conversation leaves you drained, you have just absorbed a toxin. Guard your mental bandwidth with the same ferocity you guard your bank account. When you stop absorbing the panicked frequencies of the crowd, your own baseline will naturally rise to a state of calm authority. Habit 5. Alchemize dark emotions. Modern culture tells you to numb your anger and distract from your sadness, but the Stoic sees these as potent, unrefined fuels. A weak mind lets anger burn down its own house. An untouchable mind captures that heat to forge a masterpiece. Do not suppress the intensity, redirect its trajectory. Use the sting of rejection to fuel your next venture, or the heat of anger to power a grueling workout. When you learn to alchemize pain into progress, every attempt to break you only provides the materials to build a stronger version of yourself. Habit 6. Kill the imaginary future. Think of the hours you've spent suffocating under a tragedy that never actually happened. Anxiety is the act of living in a future that does not exist. It is a complete waste of your emotional reserves. The Stoic warrior anchors their mind violently to the present second. Ask yourself, is there a tangible threat in this exact millisecond? The answer is almost always no. By refusing to engage in imaginary wars with tomorrow, you conserve the strength needed to face the actual challenges of today. Habit 7. Internal validation only. Your stability will always be fragile as long as it relies on the applause of other people. If a compliment can lift you to the clouds, an insult has the power to drag you to the abyss. To achieve sovereignty, you must completely delist yourself from the public exchange of opinions. Measure your worth against your own standard of character. Did you act with integrity? Did you maintain discipline? When you stop starving for external recognition, criticism becomes background noise, incapable of breaching your self-respect. Habit 8. Voluntary stillness. We are a society of escapists, reaching for phones the moment we feel a pang of boredom or loneliness. But emotional untouchability requires intimacy with your own mind. If you run from your shadows, they will always chase you.
Dedicate 10 minutes a day to sitting in complete silence. No screens, no music, no distractions. Look at your fears and buried resentments without trying to drown them in noise. When you become comfortable in the quiet corners of your own consciousness, the external world can no longer disturb your peace. Habit 9. The cosmic perspective. In the heat of a frustrating moment, a rude comment feels monumental because your perspective has shrunk to the size of your annoyance. The ultimate habit is the zoom out. Look at your current conflict through the lens of a year from now. Will it matter? Hold your frustrations up against the vast scale of your entire lifespan, and they will shrink into insignificance. Stop wasting your precious emotional energy on trivial nonsense, and reserve your intensity for the things that truly echo in eternity. Emotional control is not a genetic gift. It is a grueling, daily practice of choosing discipline over default. A blueprint is useless if you refuse to lay the bricks. You have to actively choose the pause, redirect the anger, and cut the cords of external validation. On the other side of that resistance is a level of psychological freedom most will never know. You will walk through rooms unbothered, face obstacles with lethal calm, and smile at the chaos. If you are ready to be the architect of your emotions, hit subscribe and vow today, I command my mind and I conquer my life.